You better be ready, baby. Because I forgot to put the music on repeat.
That's all right. I got it. I don't play it nearly as much as I should.
Same. I mean, I feel like I didn't touch my guitar at all last year, which is crazy.
Oh my God. We're saying last year.
I know. Dude, it's 2026.
We made it. We survived.
Well, just about. I'm going to put my socks on.
My couch didn't survive, I don't think. I need a new couch. I need to create a Shane's new couch fund.
It's a party animal.
It certainly smells like one, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks like one.
Happy New Year, bro.
Yeah, let's start the fund, the 2026 Shane Sofa Fund.
Thank you. I've been waiting for that.
It's official. My feet are wet and I can't get my sock on.
They're just happy to see me. No comment.
Did you have a good holiday? Look, they're pizza socks.
That's why they're wet.
You didn't know that I love pizza. Now you do.
Your feet were salivating. Did I have a good holiday, dude? It's not. You're pretending like I'll do the charade here. Like we don't talk.
You didn't
75
work,
times a day. Oh no, not at all. No, I didn't work while I was in Florida, vacationing the whole time, basically. Yeah, dude, it's been fun. It was cool. What do? We drove to Florida.
Hopefully, it was warmer as well. Right?
It was warmer. Yeah, it was warmer. But remind me to never drive to Florida again.
Don't ever drive to Florida again.
Thank you.
There you go. Done it.
It should have been only a 9-hour drive. Was like 12 traffic both ways too. And like going down, I was like, I want to leave early. It was a bunch of rigmarole the night before, and so I just slept until we left at like noon instead. And I'm like, this is gonna suck. We got in at just about midnight, and so on the way back, I'm like, we're leaving at 7 a.m. and hit traffic almost immediately, and it sucked. And Google's like, go this way, go that way, go around it, and I'm like, okay, I just follow Google blindly, and I don't know if that was good or bad, but it was bad either way. So, but it was, we did have some fun. We went to Cirque du Soleil. We went to Disney Springs, it's called, which is like a free to go into, but there's like billions of shops, literally billions of shops. Now it's several dozen shops. So it was fun to look around it. Like the kids got little stuffed animals of their favorite Disney whatevers, and we got some good food. And then I surprised everybody. I had tickets for Cirque du Soleil, which was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah. You didn't tell me about that. You've kept that behind.
There's lots of things you don't know about me, Simon.
What?
Did I ever explain this scar to you? Let me show you this scar. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to see some scars?
We could talk about scars.
No, I don't do that. It's like I have some physical ones, but it's the emotional ones that will really get you down.
Those are the fun ones. Yeah, but if you're here today to tell about it, they should get you up because it's hope, right? Because no matter what you went through, you're here today with a smile on your face in a new year.
A proper shed, blah, 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 all of that.
The most handsome partner anyone could ask for, you've got. So, no.
I thought you... Oh, come on, dude.
No, why would I do that?
He's not even going to give me a pity one now.
You have to earn it.
Oh, yeah, but I can't change how I look.
You don't need to, dude. You're handsome. Look at you. Look at this face.
There it
you
is.
Look like a guy that's got some sweaty pizza socks.
They're fresh. They're fresh as a morning daisy. So
do you want to talk about how unprepared we are for this stream, or just want to keep song and dancing around it?
I went into the notes yesterday, and I was like, oh, we should create the list of things that we should talk about.
We have one. Let me look.
And then I left it without putting anything in there.
I see it now. There's like one thing.
Yeah, and then I looked at it again like just now when you said
notes quit unexpectedly, of course. That's all right though.
Well, let's focus on the chat for a minute, because there are some people here. Thank you for joining us once again. Welcome to 2026. I hope your holidays were also great, and that your new year's got off with a positive shaped bang, and you're excited for what's to come. So thanks for joining us on this second day of the year. Who's here? I've seen messages flying through, but
you know what, Dave, I freaking love you. Dave, I owe you a Slack message. Trust me, I'm getting to it. Please. Actually, we should talk. I was gonna message you to see if we can get together next week sometime anyway. So here you go. There you go.
This is the live stream saying that he's gonna DM you about a meeting that's going to be about scheduling something else.
Look, it's just kind of like brushing your teeth in the shower, right? I'm doing both things. Now I don't have to message him, right?
There's nothing wrong with that. Some people say that's wrong. That's like you're doing two things at once. There's nothing wrong with that.
It all goes to the same spot. Is that, did your hand get large, or is that a small beer?
It's a small
little beer. Tiny. Yeah.
Especial.
It's all in
It's Spanish. Friday. I'm still in holiday mode. It's been a slow couple of weeks.
This is the pre-meeting day. You just said this. No, not that one. This one. Sorry.
The pre-meeting.
This is the pre-meeting. This is the pre-meeting. This is the warm-up for the pre-meeting, I guess. So you're right. Good one. Sorry. I know we skipped a lot of things, but yeah.
Yeah, people holiday native PHP. I mean, you shouldn't work in the holidays if you don't want to, but
this is not working. What are you talking about? Fun. It's so fun, dude. Oh my God. All right.
I'm just going to say
it. I'm just going to say it. Number one, like, there's so many people in here now, and I love that. And I want to say hi to everybody. There's some things that we said a couple weeks ago we're not going to mention at all to anybody. And I feel like we're going to mention some of it now, because it's built up. Let me explain this. It has now become to come to this point where everyone knows we're speaking in India at the end of the month. It's only a few weeks away now.
If they didn't, they know now.
27th. Yeah. 25 days from now. So the thing is, we only have a half an hour slot to talk, both of us, like at the same time. So there's now way too many things.
I'll just
demo, you point, and that's fine too. That see, there you go. You come in handy, dude. So there's just too many things now to like put into half an hour time, and so I feel like we have to leak some of this stuff out, or I'm gonna explode again, because I do like pretty much every day anyway. But
it's gonna leak. It's gonna leak no matter what. So we might as well do it in a controlled fashion. We may as well be the one
driving it. Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Like rather than it be an explosion that happens without control.
So the question is, what items do we leak? Which ones do we leak?
Well, I'm going to say what I've been working on, I've really enjoyed working on. And I think there's a lot of cool stuff that's come out of it, which I'm really excited to talk about. So I'm happy to like tease a little bit more of that, but we could just go with whatever, honestly.
All right, if you're fine with that, I'm fine with that. That's kind of how we do it anyway. We talked about this a little bit. This audience is not like, it's not like there's 3,000 people watching us right now.
Not at this particular second.
No, and I don't think, there you go. I don't think that
yes, Nathan,
you know, our streams only get a few hundred views, I think, anyway, so it's not like whatever. It's not letting too much, Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
crowd that we talk to. So
This
we
is
may as well let everybody know everything, I think.
it's a little bit of like, well, help us get a few thousand people watching this because that would be great for the whole
That's
project.
true. Yeah, if we're always only
So
teasing, then
like
there's
the
never
video,
substance.
etc.
Please
Um,
subscribe. Like that help. It really does help us.
tell other
If you
people
want to
to
help us,
subscribe.
tell other people to subscribe. Yep.
I feel like it's always funny, when people say like and subscribe. It's like, yeah, the people watching, they already do that, right? Do they not
Need to
already do that?
share. No,
It's
well,
the get other people to do it.
well, it's because it costs so much money to like and subscribe. People don't want to spend their money. Wait, it's free.
Mm.
Never mind. What am I talking about? Just like and subscribe.
Oh, didn't
And
know
you can
that.
go retroactively and like all of our other videos and subscribe to all of our other videos if that's a thing.
Share them on the YouTubes. Okay, so what do we start with? If we're going to do all of it,
I'm trying to convince Simon, Dave, to wear the Steve Jobs turtleneck tucked into the jeans with the New Balance shoes. I think I'm going to do that, honestly. I'm trying to convince him to do it also.
it's like
So
both of us doing it.
why not? Exactly. I'll wear your glasses.
Who can be more Steve?
We're both Steve. The two Steves,
Steve.
Mimi and Fezzik.
I mean, I'm not against it. It's a
Good.
gimmick, but
Yeah, exactly.
will it detract from the material of the talk? Is
I
the
think
good
it will
question.
emphasize it. It's the embossing around it.
Okay.
Vince, welcome, buddy.
Vince is here.
All right, dude. Let's go.
It's okay. I was late. You can be late. No, we won't hold it against you. You can come again next week. Oh, well, we should talk about schedule for a little bit because we have got a busy few weeks.
I think no. This is what we usually do. We delay the gratification till the end and people drop off. I think we go right into it. We can talk about schedule some other time. Go. You get the demo ready. Are you ready to do the demo? Can you do the demo?
I mean, I can be.
This is going to be epic. This is going to be so good. I'm going to turn my camera off and you're going to share your
freaking
screen.
thing gone? Okay.
You guys are going to flip out right now. Get ready. Change your undies. Get your undies ready to be changed. That's what I should say.
Where's the button? There. Screen. Window. Oh my days. Can you see it?
There you go.
If I make it a little bit?
Maybe a zoom. Maybe a command plus.
Yeah, maybe.
Or scroll. There we go.
Is that better?
I think so. Let's is this better? Yeah, maybe.
You can get rid of my face. I mean, I don't need to be.
Well, just turn your mic off, or your you turn your mic off to get rid of your face. Just turn your camera off.
Well, that it still leaves a circle there. But...
There we go.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So,
everybody,
what do I say? What do we call this?
Everybody, meet Mimi. Mimi,
hello.
everybody, Mimi. Hey, Punya pal.
So, this is. I don't know where to begin, honestly. I've just seen something there that I need to sort out. I've made myself laugh. Sorry, this is a really terrible intro because I've just realized I tested something out earlier when I was doing something else, and I don't want anybody to see that. So I need to delete it. So I'm going to just do that real quick. And hopefully that will delete.
Well, I'll entertain for a moment while you're doing that.
It's gone. Yeah, go on. You do your entertainment piece.
Well, it's just, I'll let everybody know I've got 6 16-year-olds coming over to celebrate Carson's birthday tonight. They're staying the night. We're clearing out
tonight?
That's tonight. The moms are messaging me like, what time? And I'm like, bring sleeping bags and pillows and caffeine. And they're just gonna stay up. Carson's been doing this thing where he like goes to sleep super late or early. Like his sleep schedule is all crazy. And so I think he planned it wrong, but we'll see what happens. They're supposed to do like an all-nighter thing. But yeah, so that's happening. 16-year-olds coming over to annoy
You're
the crap
crazy,
out of me.
man. You did
One,
this not so long ago, though, as well.
I did it. Uh,
Oh no,
no,
maybe
it was last
this sort of
year,
time last year.
2 years
Yeah.
ago. Well, it was for his birthday, and then
Oof.
also like I think it was Halloween or something like that. I think it was his
Gosh,
birthday.
you're a sucker
It was
for punishment.
horrible. It was horrible. And so like one of the dads was like, "What do you need?" I'm like, "Earplugs and Tylenol," but I've got both. So
Good job.
a metal bat. All
Um,
right, show
okay,
us Mooney.
well, like maybe just to sort of offset some of the emotional damage that's going to happen to you later on, we can get psyched about this.
Yes,
How's that?
please show me.
So, as if I had never shown it to you before, Shane,
I'll
but
pretend.
as a way of expressing it to the audience that I cannot see or hear, I'm going to talk to you about it. This is something that I've been working on for probably about 3 weeks, and it is a vibe coding solution for native PHP, which probably does it a whole load of disservice, honestly, because it's way more than vibe coding. But we're going to run through it real quick, not spend too much time on it. But I want to say I would really like to get some people using this and trying it out.
I want to
So,
use it. I want to try it out. You've hidden
well,
it from me.
you can no, you can see the PR now. You can merge the PR if you want to, and it will get deployed. So
Yeah, do that.
this is a quick intro, I think. If I can do it from here, I don't know if this will let me do it in this. Oh yeah, I can still see more tabs. Cool. So we have this new vibe box, which will appear on bifrost.nativephp.com when we launch this thing, and you'll be able to write or speak a message into here and it build an app. Here's one I've already built though, like Blue Peter fashion. Here's one I made earlier. So this is just you can see the preview of the web page. Like this isn't the real app running on a real phone or anything just yet, although we might get to that point at some time.
We will.
But you can see
Eventually.
that it's built like this nice minimalist app, which is what I told it to do. I said, I want to create a really minimalist app. This is the whole prompt, like not even 3 paragraphs of text. And it went and did this, which is really cool. And it's using Claude code under the hood, using Opus 4.5. So it's like right at the front of all of what everybody's doing with AI. And you know what else? It includes Boost and all of the good Laravel stuff that you can use for AI coding, which is amazing. It includes native PHP's Boost stuff, so it knows about how to do stuff with native PHP, which is amazing. And then, as if that wasn't enough, which it really is enough, this week I've just gone to town on like making it deploy really, really nicely. So this iframe is an iframe which I've just dressed up in this phone looking shell, is actually running from a Forge server, which we spin up sites on demand and set up the SSL, set up a domain and everything. And then they're isolated, so they're super secure and all of this jazz. It's like I spent loads of time getting this right and I'm really happy with it. And it basically spins up this brand new Laravel project. So I'm going to go right to the top.
Shout out Laravel Boost real quick.
Yeah, Laravel Boost. Woo! It's amazing, and it makes all of this stuff a lot easier. So basically, we spin up like a. I'm trying to walk through these steps real quick, but we spin up a Laravel project, and then we push it to GitHub, and then we deploy it to Forge, and then we like inject it with Claude code, and then let Claude code start working on it in this isolated environment, and it's friggin' amazing. It's friggin' amazing. And then on top of that, it's not just like the code being changed in the Forge server. It's then pushed back to GitHub and then some. So you get access to the whole file system. Like you can read all of the files when this works. So this might not actually, because it goes a little bit annoying sometimes. But I'll let that do its thing for a second and come back to it. But you can see like files being rendered out here. So you can see the content. We can't edit files at the moment, but you can like inspect all of the things that it's doing, which is really cool. You can obviously preview it here, and we list all of the routes off so I can jump to any page that I want to and like interact with them. And I can refresh this view if I need to. So, you know, I'm like, if I'm on that page, that's the one it's going to refresh. If I'm on this one, it's going to refresh that. So that's all cool. What else? Well, you know, we should do something in here. Let's add a feature, right? Let's just dive into like the really useful stuff. What should I do? What should I do to this app?
Let's do something with the UI. I think just to see something simple. Can we make? Oh,
go on.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, can we like make it so like you can delete them also?
I think I've got that in here already.
Oh,
that's annoying. Let's do.
Go ahead.
Let's say like I want to just rename a note, because these ones actually they would have been named properly if they
there you go.
The way it gets processed. Yep. Like edit the note. Okay. So I want to be able to edit a note's title. Let's add. Why am I speaking it and typing it? Why don't I just speak it? Haha.
Can you hear me?
Nope. No, because I've got my headphones in.
Yeah.
So I want to add a button to the notes so that I can edit the title of the note in a nice little modal or something. And the button can just be a pencil icon. Send. Is it going to work? No, don't let me down.
Why would
Oh, damn.
Oh, because you timed out.
Probably. Yeah. That's really annoying because it did a bunch of live wire things.
A quick question while you're fixing that. Are the native calls mocked?
It wraps them. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. It wraps them in if it's, or I'm trying to get it to wrap them in an if statement just so that it checks to see if it's already named, if it's in the mobile environment or not. So let's try this again. I want to add a button to the note screen to edit the note's title. And the button can just be a pencil icon. And the edit form or field should just appear in a modal. Now it's working.
Yeah, and we're going to be...
well, that's, working. I'm going to jump.
We will be doing some of this from stage in India as well. So that'll be... I hope the internet speed's good there. We should ask somebody.
There's definitely some stuff that I can do here to speed this up, because this first step usually takes a little bit of time just to ramp up. Now I'm looking to see, like, has it actually just fallen over? No, it should be doing it. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time to think about what's going on. The other thing here is, I think that might be because of all of the context that I've got. Well, I know I probably should clear this down. Whilst that's thinking, if it's going to actually work, which it doesn't look like it's working. That's really sucky, isn't it? Maybe I need to do something about it. This is a really good demo. This is going really well.
Yeah. It's good practice for India, I guess. I'm getting messages all over of like, yeah, we should address the internet speed stuff. So could be fun.
I don't know why that's not working all of a sudden. Okay, well, the cool things that come from all of this are you can connect this to your own GitHub account and get all of this code basically immediately. So as long as you've got a Bifrost account, then you can jump in here, you can start using this to build an app and continue building your app for a long, long time, and then jump into your GitHub account and just have that whole project come straight into your account. And then you've got your own repo and it starts working against your repo. So then the changes that are being made are coming into your GitHub repo. This is where all of the, people will have seen prompts from GitHub over the last few weeks of like new permission requests from the Bifrost app if you've got the Bifrost app installed. And basically it's all of the stuff that we need to be able to support this, which we think is going to be really, really useful. So yep, you can do that, and you can do branching. So you can actually say, I want, create a new branch, do work on this branch. And then once you've got work done on a branch, you can PR the work. So you can just take everything you've done and get Claude to give you a nice PR description and everything and create a pull request. And then you can review it in GitHub how you would normally, like do whatever you want to do. And then you can attach it to your Bifrost account so that you can go and build this app straight from here as a mobile app. So you set up a bunch of things, just like sign in credentials and stuff, the way that you would normally do with any app. But at this point, you've gone from nothing to about to launch an app into your App Store accounts without ever having to touch your local dev environment, potentially. And that's incredible from my point of view, because you can move so much faster if you're not like changing context for a start. But if you haven't already got that local environment set up, or you can't get it set up because maybe you're on Windows, you want to build an iPhone app, now you can do all of that without having to, figure that out. So that's cool. And then there's some more stuff that's going to come, which I'm not going to go into too much because it's this little QR code thing, which I think you might want to talk some about.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, so what do you think? What do you think of this thing?
I think you're freaking insane and awesome, and I'm going to use this. I have a, well, if the demo's over, we can go back to video, I think. I can see your shining face.
Yeah, I can stop sharing.
Hey. So I don't make New Year's resolutions. Not like that's a principle of mine or anything, but I just noticed that I never do. Because I'm like, I'm going to fail that. What do I want to fail at? What do I want to not succeed at accomplishing this year?
Yeah.
So I just don't do them. But I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, I want to take one day on the weekends and just vibe code apps and get them out into the app stores. And my goal is like somewhere between 30 and 50 apps released in 2026. And send them out. This is going to be an amazing tool. It is, but what's nice is it's dog fooding our own stuff, right? We're going to be able to add and iterate and make it that much better. And actually I started doing one yesterday and I just found a bunch of things that I had to fix and make better along the way. So it's like, it's going to benefit everybody to do stuff like this. And this is just going to help. Yeah.
I hope so. I think it's really like, I've been fiddling with it a lot, trying to get it to give good results, sort of fairly quickly. And one of the things that I've learned that is actually really interesting, particularly because we're trying to do mobile apps, is using any of the pre-existing starter kits is kind of a pain, because they almost lead the LLM down a path, and that tends to kind of trip it up quite a bit. It's like it tries to follow the style of the starter kit, and if the starter kit's got this very basic UI, as a dashboard and it's using Flux in this way, or it's using Volt, or it's using blah blah whatever, you know, in all these different. It's just going to try and follow that same trend in the project, and that sometimes just causes lots and lots of headaches if it's not particularly good at handling some of that stuff. And then the other thing is like with a mobile app, you really just kind of want to get to like the UI, the initial UI showing without hitting all of the, you know, I've got a login, I want to worry about auth and like where do the users live and all of that stuff. You just kind of want to get building the basic flows of the UI. And it's, yeah, I've just found it like you just want to start with a blank Laravel project, basically. So then I was thinking, well, this isn't just good for mobile apps. This is good for starting like any Laravel project, you know, like you could just go, let's have it do some web thing and whatever, you know. Obviously the preview here isn't suited for that necessarily, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Here's a question.
Lots of potential. Go on.
Is it responsive?
I see. As in the editor tool itself, is that the question?
I believe so.
Yeah,
no,
let me
French.
just
it gets lost in translation sometimes.
Back to,
especially if, I think he's between two drinks. My guess, he's between two drinks now.
Is that like the Zach Galifianakis show?
Oh yeah.
So this actually worked when I tried it a second time, which is sort of weird, but let's just see. I am going to get to S's question in a second. Let's just see if it actually did this. Oh, there's the little pencil. Yay. Yay. Let's change this to, I can't remember what it was.
Hey, yeah, look at that. Nice.
It all works. That's very slick. So this, I think this app actually also is just like Blade. So it's just traditional Laravel controllers. Yeah. And Blade views, nothing fancy. Which is really cool because like this
Blade
is a very
fancy. You take that
Blade
back.
is amazing. No, well, Blade is amazing, but you know, we're so used to all of these like reactive things and fancy swizzles and doodads. You forget just how good like a basic, I'm going to say basic in a good way, a good Blade app is. But yeah, check this out, yo. Not only is it fully responsive and works really, really well when it's on a smaller screen, the microphone recording also works on the phone. You do get the microphone prompt quite a few times when you do it that way, but you know, in the browser. I think we should get this into an app though at some point.
And I've got just the place. I don't know, because I do all my work on the other computer. I think that let me see if I can. I don't think I have that bezel thing on this. Bezel's the way to go, right? Let me see if I can get bezel. Bezel.
Yeah.
iPhone. All right, let's see if I've got it. View in Mac App Store. I'll install this and I'll show you guys something I've been working on a little bit as well.
Oh, we've got one beta tester. Yes. I'll hook you up, Dave. Don't worry. If anybody else wants to come in as well, just you can pop in the chat here, but it's probably best to note, like message me on Discord or something.
Is there any criteria for their Bifrost account or anything? We don't really talk about that.
It just needs to be on a paid account. That's all.
Connect and unlock. Let's do it.
Do you know what? It's so fun building all of this stuff as well with Claude. I've been fully hooked on it. It's like a drug. One night, I didn't go to sleep at all.
Dude, I see you commenting at what would be 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning my time. And I'm like, what the? I don't know how you do this.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not advocating it because I was wrecked the next day, but it was fun while I was doing it.
All right, let's see. I don't know how much I'll be able to. I unprepared completely, so that's okay. Let's see.
We
I'll
like
try
to
to
roll like
share.
this.
I do. Yeah.
Ah,
Screen.
yeah. We've got a few people wanting to beta test this. That's great. Cool.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. You can see my screen, yeah? My phone?
Holy Bible.
Yeah. That's right. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let me get this ready down here. Let me get this ready. We'll click clear. All right. So I think this is kind of interesting. All right. Can I do
Oh,
this?
he's using his camera. What's coming?
So I'm going to use my camera to show you my other computer. So I don't know if there's another way to do that. I don't know. Whatever. So here, this is the kitchen sink app. Okay. So here's like just whatever code, and I'm in my terminal, and I'm
You're saying
using
the kitchen sink app is the one that's in the editor.
this is the kitchen sink
Yeah.
app in the editor. What did you mean?
Cool.
Other or my computer is a kitchen sink computer? What else would
You're a
I have
kitchen
meant?
sink. Yeah, no. Sorry, I'm just clarifying. I don't know why, really. Carry
Okay.
on.
PHP, artisan, and I've shown this a bunch of times, native. And then you created the alias, so we can do /native. And I've created the alias on top of that, so I can just do n. So I do n, and then this command jump.
What?
And so
Everybody jump.
this is going to well, it's doing a few things, but it's zipping up my entire application. What's nice about this is and what you're about to see is this is not this doesn't require technically any like local development um environment set up for the development. So this browser pops up. This is such a weird way to show this.
Wait,
It's
just
very glossy.
before you do that, you're
Hmm.
saying that you you could run that command without having to have like Android Studio or
Right.
Xcode or any
Yeah.
of that. Is
So
that
on a
what you're saying?
fresh MacBook or whatever, you would need a way to get like a Laravel, like Composer and PHP, like Herd. If you had Herd installed,
Yeah.
you just make a new
Okay.
site and then you install the native PHP package, and then you can just run this command. You don't need Android Studio or anything. So this nice little jump, Bifrost technology, QR code, very over designed intentionally, pops up. And let me go ahead and shrink that down. And I've got a little app here called Jump. And you can
Oh my
see
god.
I haven't, let me clear some things out here. 1 second. Let me delete some of these things so you don't see the man behind the curtain. All right. So when you first get the app, it's completely blank. There's nothing inside of it. There's no projects available. And you can click this plus button and scan the QR code.
Holy
And
hell.
and if this works, because it does, like it goes through my local network, my phone gets a little warm anyway doing this. But yeah, this is getting, basically it's downloading through my local network. It's the zip file that was just created when I ran that command, and it's sending it through the air through my Wi-Fi as we speak.
Through your
Normally,
brain.
normally it's a
Oh,
little bit faster, but I think it does go through my brain a little bit. Even when you
that
do
would
it
definitely make it slower
somewhere else in some other state or
because
something,
his
it still goes through my brain.
brain is so big.
Well, some would say. Um, so yeah, normally this is quicker, but again, I'm sharing my screen and I'm doing a bunch of stuff with the network at the moment and
That's
streaming, live
plenty
streaming.
fast for me.
Um,
That was like
generally it takes like,
1 minute.
yeah, it usually takes like a second, actually. Actually.
You lie. You
No,
lie.
actually.
Can't.
So here is my app. This is my
Damn,
app running
that's
here.
the kitchen sink app,
This is the
just
kitchen
like you
sink app.
said.
And so I've got like access to like I can go to the scanner and I can scan a QR code and hey, there you go.
That's very
Right?
meta.
So I can do video. Like everything works, and like a lot of this was like getting all of this stuff to work.
What? That's
And so here's the
crazy.
video, and here's the video, and there it is. So there's my video. So all this stuff works, even like all the edge component stuff works. We have everything over here as you would expect. What's really nice, you can't see. I'm going to use 3 fingers and swipe from the left to the right, and that's just going to let me escape completely out of that. And I can have other projects here as well. So here's the next thing. Let me sign in here. Shane at nativephp.com. I wonder if you can see me typing my password. Nope,
No,
you
it
can't.
hides the
Awesome.
keyboard. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I will sign in
Smart.
and sign in. Great. So now that I've signed in with Bifrost, I actually have all of my Bifrost projects. Anything that I have up in Bifrost is up there, and I can download them, and I can specify which branch I want to download from
Oh,
any of my
baby.
Bifrost projects. So I'm going to click main. I'm going to download. This takes about a minute. So this actually is kicking off a task inside of Bifrost out to AWS. We're spinning up a container. We're sucking in the repository. We're doing a build on that repository. We're doing npm run, and since this is iOS, it's doing npm run build mode iOS, and it's doing all that stuff. So this takes about 1 minute to actually do the build. And it doesn't take me 1 minute to say that it takes 1 minute to do the build. So I'm gonna take a sip of my Coke.
Takes one. No, it's really, really hard to stretch that out.
It has been like up to like a minute 20 or something like that. There's ways we can speed that up, but I was just trying to get a proof of concept initially. And that's kind of where we're at. But you should see that this fully works. So this is the app that I'm pulling in here is called Driver's Ed. Driver's Ed. I demoed this on the Worldwide Meetup a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my son is learning to drive, and I want to have a way so I can just like start a timer every time we go drive, and I can leave notes based on what we learned that day and whatever. So I've been not really even playing with this very much. All right, so look, it's changed to downloading the bundle. So it's already completed. It zipped it up. It moved it to a
you were
bucket.
speaking so well. I didn't even notice that time just
See that?
flew by.
And
Yeah.
it failed completely. So that's a horrible demo. It's a horrible demo.
We're so good at horrible demos.
So this does work. I don't know. This was just working. So it's probably just like one prompt away from it being done. But anyway, you can like if you long press on that, got these nice little animations here. You can just run it. You can rebuild it, or you can rebuild it from a different branch. So you can specify a different branch if you want to, and it will kick off that build and do all that stuff. You can just delete it altogether from the app. But here's the cool thing. This is just about complete.
Wait, this other stuff isn't cool. What? It's almost complete.
Yeah, this part of this app is pretty much done, and then I also got it moved over to Android as well.
Good Lord.
So let me see if I've got it. So you can see I've got come on. There we go. All right, so this is on the Android device.
Yeah.
I can stop sharing my screen here so you guys can see this a little bit better. So this is I went back. Sorry, I went back and got things caught up. I spent a lot of time mostly focused on iOS, and then I'm like, all right, let's go back and backport Android. So this is the same. I tagged the same whatchamacallit, the same QR code, and so here's the kitchen sink app. Here we've got all the edge. All the edge stuff is working just as you would expect. All of the icons are inside and working. I don't think I've tried. Hey, let's do it. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Let's see if I can. It's the same gesture to get out of this, But let me sign into Bifrost here and see if it works here. I don't know. Why not?
Did Claude write that for you?
Not at all. No. All right. So I've signed in. It's loading my cloud projects. There they go.
Yeah,
They
it
just came
worked.
in, and we'll kick off a build. It's the same thing. You can select your branch on the bottom. You have this little bottom sheet. So we'll kick off a build. We'll see if that it takes about a minute, minute and a half. So yeah,
That's
the cool
amazing.
thing about this is that I mean, there's a lot of cool things about this. Number one, this is going to bring a lot more people into native PHP because you don't have to take all that time to set up your environment just to see a hello world sort of thing. You can start playing and prototyping immediately after you get the package installed. It also does, and it's a little bit broken at the moment because I'm working on Windows, getting that working on Windows and Linux as well. But hot hot reloading, hot refresh, and hot module
Yeah.
reloading will be coming soon as well. Um,
What?
and so like you can just code and it just zaps it over to the device and you can see that actually I believe my local one. Let me just test it real quick. I think it does. Oh, I disconnected from it. So I'd have to reconnect. So there's going to be like some little helpful tools. Like if you disconnect, if you close the app completely, but you left the command running, that WebSocket running on the device, then there should be a way to like pick it up quickly. Like if it should scan for
Yeah.
that same port is still connected and that kind of stuff. So there's like some little tooling around that I'm going to work on. But what's nice is now we have an app. So beyond everything else, we have an app that people can use that that we can add more tooling to. So the stuff that you're working on, number one, you have a little QR code inside of the vibe coding inside of Mimi. Now it's not wired up yet, but it will be soon wired up so that you can click that QR code pops up. You can scan that your vibe coded app with the Jump app, and it will build. It will pull it all in, and you'll have that. So you can just like play back and forth with that as well. So, and then additionally, the stuff you were showing about the stuff you were showing about the like it's so responsive, right? So we can build
Mm,
the actual command stuff into that. All right, so this did work on Android. So this is the
cool.
driver's ed app. So I'll just swipe out of it and then I can click it and go back into it and I will run it. And so there's the driver's ed app that just pulled it
That's
from
nice.
basically my repository, that branch, and then it sent it off to AWS. It built it, it zipped it up, it sends it back to the URL for that zip, and then it just unpacks it. So I've got all the stuff here. What's really cool, and this is something I was playing with. Oh, yeah. All right. So actually, this is interesting. I'm not going to do the full demo here, but I will share my screen again. On this. So something, at least for now, until you get your thing done, what I've been playing with is Claude on my
Oh,
device.
yeah.
So in Claude, you actually have you can actually go to this code on the left here, and I've got this connects to GitHub for you, and so you can just like prompt your way through here. So I can say, make the home page more vibrant and red themed instead of blue and teal or whatever it is now. And also, I noticed the sign in button on the homepage has a drop shadow that presses down into the create account button. Just tighten that up a little bit and send it. And so with Claude Code or the Claude app, it will it creates commit it will create a new branch, it'll create commits and all that stuff. So I can, because, and this is why I did what I did, I can just pull in that branch once it's pushed up. And so it'll
Yeah.
just do another build and I can iterate and do all that stuff in real time. I do want to see
Sick.
some way, like, I mean, a minute is only a minute, but it'd be nice if it was like not a minute. So I think like sometime in this 2026, we'll figure out a way to be able to
Yeah.
vibe code and see the changes in real time in the actual app on the Jump app. And then in addition to that, so again, we have this app now. A while ago, I started working on on a Bifrost app, so I could kick off builds and I could get push notifications if they fail, when they succeed. And I still have that on one of my phones or both my phones. So every time I do a build now, I still get push notifications, and I love
Yeah.
that. So this will be a nice place where we can have some of those tools and tooling.
Yeah.
We can kick off a build. We can deploy from the app. You can vibe code with Claude Code or within the Jump app, test it all out, make sure it's working, and then deploy it all from the app. You can be in the freaking airport and push changes for your clients just by talking to your phone. So like, this is the future. I think someone said this is the future. It was Mr. S.
Yeah, Essa said it. Yeah.
The future was yesterday. The thing is, we're always a few steps ahead of whatever we're displaying. So just keep that in mind anytime we show anything. I'll just leave you with that.
You actually said the other day, and this got me. This is why I added the microphone stuff, because you said something about using this Claude app and just like sitting on the couch, on your crunchy couch that needs to be replaced, and just hitting the microphone button and speaking to Claude to do stuff from your couch. It's like, that's what I want, but I also need it to work better with Laravel. Like, this is only going to use Claude's environment. It's not going to add anything extra, right? This is just, they're spinning up a box somewhere that they can make changes to the files and push it back up to GitHub for you. So it's not customized, or maybe not even customizable. I don't know now. Maybe actually they do have ways to set up environments like that with more custom stuff, because it's clearly got like, or it's figuring out that it needs to have PHP and Composer and those kinds of things, because it's able to run tests and all of that, isn't it? So maybe there is some customizable stuff there, but it feels like, you know, with the vibe coding stuff, with us handling the vibe coding stuff for you, you don't have to do any of that, like figuring out, how do I set up this environment for Claude? How, you know, like, what's the best way? Yeah, we're going to be a bit opinionated about it. Like, you know, this is the way that we found to be really, really rapid to build apps. And you know, obviously focused on native PHP to start with, but yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot to really accelerate people getting apps going with this tooling. I mean, it's crazy to me how all of this has come together so quickly in just, it really has been a few weeks that I've been building the vibe coding stuff, and it's really polished already. It's like crazy. I don't know. The future feels still very uncertain, I'm going to say, from a, what, you know, programming. If it's that easy to build these complex solutions, how do you stay ahead? That's my big question that's kind of bouncing around in my head.
How don't think about that stuff. Just
okay,
keep going.
I won't think about that.
I'm checking to see. All right, so it said it's done it to the same other branch. So now I'm kicking off a rebuild on Android.
Okay.
And so I thought I was going to push it to a new branch. Anyway,
silence is
that was
golden.
that was a lull. Yeah, it's taken a minute here. Someone is well talking to me about something I could deal with at another point. Anyway,
I like this flow where you can just use Claude, but I do think that it's going to be like
yeah,
a little bit more of a hop, step, and a jump. Haha.
So, and this is the one thing I wanted to comment on with that is that I've already spent quite a bit of time working on Claude plugins, agents, tooling, training the LLMs, if you want to call it that, creating the agents and the skills so that it knows how our apps work. And that's the important thing, because anything just looking at it is going to assume it's a Laravel project and it's served in the web, and we have to be very explicit that that's not what it is. That's just a gateway into doing these things. So a lot of our time moving forward will be in the training of these and tooling and making sure that everything knows. And so yeah, like while I could just like make some UI updates pretty quickly with Claude Code to add microphone or push notification support or any of that stuff, it's not going to really understand or know how to do those things. All right, so it's completed that build, and let me stop sharing my screen. So now it's this Tinder color, red. So it's went ahead and done it all. Yeah, and I didn't touch a single line of code, which is nice. I guess now though, since English is the code with the LLMs, I did make one line of code here, which is just telling it what to do.
The prompt.
The prompt is the code.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time trying to get the like all of the guidelines being used by Claude in our vibe coding environments. And we've got a newcomer, Leah.
I met her. I know her.
Hey,
well,
Leah.
I don't know her. Yeah, we kind of talk. Hey, Leah.
Happy 2026.
Happy 26.
So the getting all of the vibe coding stuff, to be aware of all of like the boost things and all of the native PHP boost things that we want it to be aware of, and then to actually provably kind of take action based on that stuff, so you can see that it's using it and what have you, is one thing. But then just like I was saying earlier, like if you're using a starter kit, the general outcomes that it's going to come up with are like sort of predefined by the fact that the starter kits, metaphysically are meant for the web. They weren't built, the default starter kits for Laravel, for example, aren't app starter kits. They're not like mobile app starter kits. So I think like the ultimate solution here is going to be a combination of lots of different factors that are all going to push the LLM into like a much clearer, this is what this is being, like this is the way that this needs to behave. And so if you have like a starter kit that's kind of maybe even just like a bit of the kitchen sink, where it's like, this is how we're doing this here. This is how we think about doing these things in this app context inside of Laravel. Then, it's going to have a much better go of it, because I mean, I bumped into so many problems trying to get projects going. And the thing is, like everybody says about, I want to do, one shot, maybe one shot isn't the right way to think about it and blah, blah, blah. But when you've written your first prompt, you really do want it to come back with something meaningful. You don't want it to come back with an error as the first thing, because that's very like dejecting. It's like, and we say that in like, we're problem solvers and we're used to bumping into errors as the first thing, and then solving those problems, like digging into the code and like, why is it like that? It's because I forgot to change that env key, or I've left a semicolon or a comma in the wrong place, and all of these things. And we've built up all of these tools to help us solve those problems. But there's something about like, if the thing's going at pace, and suddenly that comes to a stop when you hit an error, like a wall. And even though you can just copy paste in the vibe coding thing in Mimi, you can copy the error from the iframe and paste it into the prompt box, and it can fix it. And then within a few minutes, it's solved that error and you're on to the next thing. It still kind of feels like, if you can avoid those first set of like, it's got the wrong template, or it's trying to use a layout that doesn't support, like, or it requires a bunch of dependencies to get right, and it hasn't thought through all of those dependencies properly, then you're going to save yourself a whole load of headaches right at the beginning, and just keep up that momentum.
So we have two actually, Dave, and
Yeah.
there are some things changing in regards to some of the. I mean, there's a lot of things that are changing, and a lot of that comes from plugins. I'm asking
Hmm.
Simon a question. Kinda, or maybe next week.
Yeah, no, I think we can do that. Yeah, framed in a certain way.
So we can see. All right. So here we go. Drum roll, please. All right. So number one, plugins. Plugins are going to change everything. So when I just showed you the kitchen sink app on my computer, um, almost everything that's built into native PHP core has been ripped out. Anything so far that requires permissions, anything that requires like, yeah, I think mostly if like that's the initial criteria. But here's the thing. All right, let me frame this. Okay. Since version 2 came out, we've had people pushing code to the app stores, and Apple specifically is able to detect um, camera, microphone, binary code in the application. And then they're like, wait, you don't have a permission string, is what they call it, a description, permission description, as to why you have the camera code. So people are coming to us and they're like, I'm not even using the camera in my app. Why do I
Mm,
need a permission string for this? And that's why. It's because Apple's detecting the code is there. That is
yep.
probably the biggest reason to be like, we've got to rip out any code that you don't need, right? So anything that requires a permission has to come out of core and go into a plugin, which we were already thinking about doing and already started working on plugins anyway.
Can I just add as a like slight interjection that if you were worried about that like, as a thing, it's actually not a problem because Apple will approve your app as long as you've got the
That's right.
string. So you
Yep.
just need to provide them a usage string. The
That's
fact
true.
that you're not technically using it is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
So as long as you just say something around why your app has got that functionality in it, this can happen actually with any app, not just a native PHP app. This is a thing that's common
That's
if
right.
you're installing Swift plugins and all of that kind of stuff, because a third party plugin, that code could get embedded into your app and that will show up in Apple's scanner, and then they'll go, oh, this got that code, but you haven't, used that, you haven't provided that permission string. So you would still have to provide a permission string in that scenario. But yeah, then I think you can
Well,
carry on.
so in addition to that, it also does add bloat, especially if we keep adding more and more and more of
Yeah.
these, which is the goal. Like we do want to have a bunch of functionality. That's the whole thing. Like what good is an app if it can't do anything? So the whole thing is to like make plugins, um, and strip all that code out and slim down core. What's nice is what's nice about that is this. We've decided that all the plugins are going to become plugin. And all the functionality gets stripped out. And so now you have this shell, which is like basically just the web view ability and the jump command that I just demonstrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just give that away, Simon? I think native PHP should be we should have this warrants it being a new version is really what I'm trying to get to. It's a version 3. So I guess the announcement is version 3 will be coming summarily post haste. That's it.
Which seems crazy because it's like only been not even 2 months since we
It's
released
been a couple
V2.
months. And we talked
Yeah.
about that I think on the last live stream. Number 1,
Yeah.
version 2 didn't have any like breaking changes, quote unquote. Um uh there's no like breaking changes with version 2, but it introduced so many new things. Now this does kind of break stuff. Like technically, um, technically with jump, if you're using the microphone and all that stuff, that's all going to work with the same code you've already got, and that's what we're making it very we're making, like, you don't even have to install a plugin for any of the current native functionality that we've already got. Will just work with the same methods, the same name spacing and all that stuff. That's what I've been working a lot on, because it's built into the actual Jump app shell. So it's listening for all those methods and all that registry, function registry, and all that stuff.
Cool.
To do, but if you have native, if you do native PHP artisan, what is it? PHP artisan native install and then run on what will be the v3, and you don't have those plugins, now they won't work. So you have to have those plugins brought into the application. You have to register them. There's a whole mechanism there for security, and that's how that will have to, you'll have to do that. Additionally, wiring this up with Bifrost and getting it to deploy with the plugins, that should mostly work. There's a little caveats there of like, if it's a paid plugin versus a free plugin, how do you authenticate that in Bifrost? And we'll go through some of that stuff probably before we get to India. And so that all would be working.
Yeah. It's just such a massive like thing on its own, plugins, because there's so many pieces to sort of think about and get the documentation right.
It is so complex, you guys. I'm not gonna, like, everything else we've done was very complex. This is complexity on top of complexity. There's a lot of moving parts here with plugins. The nice thing is, like I've said earlier, I'm as I'm doing things, I'm training a Claude Code plugin on everything that's in there, and that is, as to right now, it's all caught up. So it is caught up to whatever the latest whatever it is. And so now I'm able to go in and say, like, I have a let's see, I've got to, some of these other items that are not plugins I need to turn into plugins. So like haptic feedback, for example, or dialogue functions, the alert and the toast. Now I can just say, hey, use this plugin, the Claude Code plugin, make this plugin for me. And it's pretty much that easy, and it gets it right almost. It's almost a one shot right now. I go through and I test, and then I just tell that Claude plugin, this is where it's not working. But it's basically, for this at least, you can also look at the old code that we have in the system in native PHP, and it's just copying a lot of that stuff, but it does have to integrate in a certain way. There's lifecycle hooks, and John Coaster. I've seen that name come up a few times recently. Coaster. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Hey, John. Hey, John. It's good to have you join us. You tweeted something. Was it this morning? Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. The first one about some of the stuff that you're doing, dovetailing into native PHP. It sounds like John's been doing a load of things around Blade and parsing of templates and what's the thing called that what's he done? Tell us, John, because my memory is terrible. My brain's been focused on too many things. But he's doing some really, really awesome things. And I've been thinking, like, it would be so cool to see some of that stuff in native PHP, because I'm sure there's going to be benefits to using some of it there as well. And it sounds like John's working on it. So
this is an understatement of the decade, honestly. It more than changes it. Let me tell you why. It's an exponential increase in what this changes, because it doesn't just allow developers can create plugins, which it does. It also slims down native PHP core. It handles all those problems with the app stores that we talked about.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, it takes our attention off from having to build out these plugins, this native API stuff. Who is calling me? I don't need you. Leave me alone. Sorry, guys. Squirrel. All right, do not disturb. So it takes our attention away from having to spend it on that, and we can spend it on other things. So yes, it was actually. So we can spend, and these are the things that we're already right now planning to spend. There's a long list here of things that we're planning to spend our time on. Number one, if plugins v3 everything is announced, it's released, and everything's working, and all the fires are out with it, we're going right into probably first the video course. I think that's one of the very first things we want to get done and out of the way is helping people. Once they're in, they get the hello world. How do they actually start building stuff out, right? So they're using the Jump app, they scan the QR code. How do I do microphone? How do I do, how do I interface with a local LLM and the device to prompt and ask questions to, or maybe even set up Prism inside of Laravel to interact with a local LLM on the device, which is like all doable. And I've done this stuff, so it's cool.
Yeah.
And beyond that, there's a lot of troubleshooting. There's a lot of debugging. Basically, it's making a video for every file that's in our docs, essentially.
Yeah, I think it probably needs to be a little bit less dry than that, because I think there's a danger with well, maybe it needs to be a bit of both, because there's like, you do want to cover what's there and sort of demonstrate it all, and I think some of those videos then could, you almost sit them at the top of like the page. That page on the docs has got its own video,
Right.
which just takes you through that particular feature really quickly, which is fine. But then for a course, I kind of feel like you really want to take somebody on a journey through the core experiences, like one, building an app, like getting it to the store. So like have an idea for an app, and then take people through how you think about the app and how you build the app, and then how you test it and all of that jazz. And then maybe another whole chunk for plugins.
I really want to build. I don't mind saying it here. I don't. I really want to build on the course the Forge app and give that to the community, open source the code for it, right? And make the app as free. And now everybody has Forge, and maybe even Cloud too, because they're working on an API. I think we could ask Dave if he's still around. But I mean, there's not a ton of native functionality, but it's the full Monty. It does show everything. Asynchronous functions, plugins will be used for some of that stuff, biometric authentication at the very least, secure storage as well. So there's going to be, it will tie into everything, all the way up to Bifrost and shipping it out and showing how to do all of this stuff that you have to do. I feel like that's like a win for us, and it's a win for Laravel, and it's a win for the Laravel community as a whole. We can deploy, and if it's open, people can they can fork it, or they can do pull requests on it. And yes, you saw. Hey, so like hey. Yeah, so like it could be both. It could be, maybe it switches between Forge and Cloud. Like, why not? We could do that. So I love Laravel Cloud.
Talking of Cloud, I am going to say this. Like, I haven't been using Cloud very much. I thought I was going to use it more. Up to now, I haven't really needed it. So one of the first things that I launched on it was do you remember the little tester app that I did, the daily pursuit quiz?
Yeah.
That runs on Cloud.
Yeah.
So that's just been running on Cloud. Like, I haven't been doing anything for that app. It's just been there, and I don't know if it's being used or punished or whatever. But then the other day I was like, what I really need for this vibe coding thing, WebSockets. It would be so great if there was just like a scalable WebSocket solution that I could just press a button and it would just install. And you know what? Then I remembered, oh yeah, they recently launched that on Cloud. And so I went into Cloud, and I went to the resources thing, and I went to the WebSockets tab, and I pressed the button, and like, oh my goodness, within seconds, I got a Reverb server set up. I was like, that is the bomb. That's so good. That's what I aspire to for all of this stuff. It's like, what if we can get like you were saying with the Jump app stuff, what if you can get the times for those apps to load in to be like under a minute?
For sure. For
it
sure.
would be
We've already
amazing.
we're always talking about optimizing. And that's another one of the things that having plugins and other people building some of the stuff out for us will allow us to do, which is go back into number one, Bifrost. There's a lot of things that um, there's a lot of things that we've learned since Bifrost came out that we can optimize and make that experience better. I don't know how to say it. Like the whole credentials thing can be like one thing that you add for iOS and nothing that you have to add. Well, maybe one thing like
Yeah.
your API key for Android, and we can take care of all of that stuff for you. So you literally could, as long as you have a Bifrost account, we could pretty much do everything that you need. Um, it's that app that you're building is going to, if you're vibe coding it, wherever you're vibe coding it, you are connected to a team. That team has those very minimal credentials installed, and it's just like, all right, here it is on the App Store. Like within moments, you can have it inside of Test Flight on iOS and in a test whatever track on Android, within moments. I mean, that's just
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's insane. We can create the app. You don't even have to go in and create the app. Like, and do everything for you. Everything. It can do everything for you. It's exciting, dude. It's exciting. Like we could literally just like speak to our phone and say,
And just
"Hey, make me an
bust
app." And even if it just at first does like mostly a proof of concept, but within like you just do one prompt and at one shots, and it does everything all the way out to the App Store. Now you have something later you can come back and hack on, or maybe it's just ready to go. Like you could get to
the
the point where it's pretty much ready to go.
the thing is with the way that this is now, it's like you can go and build your own little tool to solve your own little problem and deploy it to your phone, like just in the Jump app, right? Because it'll live there happily for
Yep.
however. So you could have all your own little tools. You never have to worry about like deployment strategies. Okay, they can't use custom plugins and stuff, but like maybe your little apps don't need that. So you don't like you won't need a app store account to get those apps into the phone even, because they're just going to be deployed through the Jump app.
So, right, if it's, well, I mean, it depends on, I want to build apps for the world to use, and I love the App Store distribution. But if I want to build a personal app, right? Is that what you're getting at? Like if I just wanted an app
Yeah,
for
just
myself,
like
just on
little
my
like a
phone,
little widget tracker thing for
you
your
don't
own,
even
like just
need,
how many times did I flick the iPod case, what's it, not iPod, the AirPod case. I
yeah.
always, this is my fidget spinner. I'm like,
You're saying
how
that,
many?
and I literally have this. These are like the
Yeah, you
Loop
just been
earplug,
clacking
and
that the whole
I
time.
have been.
That's exactly what I do. The thing's gonna, like, the hinge is gonna snap on this thing, and I'm
I
gonna be like,
got this
oh.
little. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, like those kinds of things you can just build in like 5 minutes. I mean, we started an app earlier with the vibe coding stuff, and it took like 20 minutes, and it was pretty good in the end. And with a little bit of finessing, you can turn that into something really pretty. But then, okay, that's a starting point for like a legit app. Like if you want to get something out to loads of people, you're going to spend more time on it. You're going to pull the
Correct.
code down. You're going to tweak and test, and you're going to try and, you're going to test it on a real device, and you're going to try the deployment flow yourself and get it onto your phone or your testing devices. And sure, it's more complicated and whatever, but it's going to be worth it because you're going to deploy it, you're going to sell it to people, you're doing it for a client, you're being paid to do it. So it's just like, cool. It's super easy to get from like 0 to 100, and then you can finesse from 100 to 1,000. Whereas before it was like 0 to 1 is kind of tricky because you know what, I'll not bother because it's just like there's too much work involved. There's just no work involved in all of this now.
So and I want to get to this question that we've got here, or yeah, I guess it's a question or a comment, I suppose. But I do want to say, like the video course, Bifrost, and then the other thing that I hope to get to probably by summertime, will be the going back into native PHP to more optimize. We already have ideas, thoughts, plans. not yet proof of concept, but we do want to get fully native, completely native. And that's going to be the big push, I think, for the second half of 26 is getting that so that we're building truly native apps from Laravel, basically Blade, Livewire looking sort of components that you create in Laravel. And so there's our year, that what we're looking at. There's also some talks we're doing. We've toyed with the idea of a day 3 at Laracon, getting a hotel, meeting room, whatever, or maybe just a room. Who knows? Maybe there's only 5 people want to show up. It's just like you just get a room at the hotel, stay an extra day, and we'll just have a pizza and a hackathon, whatever. But yeah, we want to do some sort of meetup for native PHP, which we haven't really talked. You and I haven't talked about much, but I think that both of our hearts are in that.
No, I'd love to
having
do that.
a separate place and time. And I think that the timing of that could be just right for us to have some sort of proof of concept. So it could be like somewhat of a keynote, showing like where we're at in the future, and all that stuff. But the question I want to get to, like, you have comments on this, so I'll let you go.
I mean, I just in terms of an event, the only thing is just location, because it's got to something. It doesn't feel well, it'll just be too disjointed if we try and do something where you're there and I'm here. I kind of feel like we need to find the funds to make it work so that everybody can come to one place, and then it's just like figuring out what that place is. No, I mean, if we were to do our own separate thing. But maybe that's not what you meant.
I mean, well, it would be both. It would be at Laracon. So everyone goes to Laracon for 2 days. It would be my thought, like, this is just me, whatever. We have a day 3. Everybody's already traveled to Laracon, right? So just stay one more day and hang out with us on day 3.
Yeah.
Because Laravel does their own pre-party stuff, like day 0, right? So we can do our native PHP day 3. Take advantage of the fact that everybody's already traveled. They're already there. So traveling generally is the bigger expense of everything. You stay one more night at the hotel, and we'll do a catering and a keynote and a hackathon kind of thing. Coffee and Coke Zero. Maybe some water.
Maybe some free licenses. Maybe some discounts. That sounds cool.
Yep.
Go on, let's talk about this. What's the comment that you want to talk about?
He says, Sanusias says, I would love if plugins can be loaded on the app on demand. Let's say you need camera. The camera plugin should be loaded at that point in time only. And I'm still confused about this. That's what I wanted to say.
I can speak to that a little bit.
Okay.
So I already did some experimentation around this. If you saw the live stream from a few weeks ago when I did the performance demo, so if you go back and look on YouTube, there was one of them. I can't remember when it was from. Was it the one before Christmas, or was it the one before that?
Somewhere in there. December sometime,
but
I think.
It was only a few weeks ago, so it's only like 2 episodes back at most. I did this. I showed some of the work that I've been doing on performance metrics stuff for PHP in the native environment, and the way that one of those demos worked, specifically, it's like using the native PHP bridge rather than just dealing with PHP response output. It ended up, and this was actually just by mistake, but it ended up doing it in a way that it loaded essentially a plugin at runtime. So the plugin wasn't loaded to start with to say, use this part of PHP, like this native PHP call. It's because it was using native PHP call. So in order for native PHP call to work, you have to have registered the method, right? Which is essentially what the plugin is going to do. The plugin registers the method and makes all of the code available. So if you never used it, it wasn't loaded. But then when it came to you needed it, it loaded it. It kind of registered the plugin. But the thing is, like, that registration is very, very minimal. Like, the code is all the code has to be shipped. So it has to be compiled into the app.
That's what I was
It
going to
has to
get
be
to.
available to the app anyway. And then all you're doing is like lighting up the path to that code by saying the plugin is registered. Like, you've just added a string and a mapping to a hash table, basically. And that's not that heavy. Like, it's not going to make an awful lot. The only thing that I will say that I think it will make a difference to is if you had hundreds and hundreds of plugins and they're all being registered right at the beginning of the app's life cycle, which is what they do at the moment, right? So I think at some point in time, it's going to make sense to have some kind of deferred loading plugin. But unless everybody uses it, then you say, well, it's got to be the default. So, when it becomes a problem, then we'll kind of solve it. But when you've got, like, I bet even 100 plugins won't be a problem initially, because it's just not like a heavy process to register a plugin. You're not really loading anything at the moment that it gets registered, at least not right now. So yeah, it just wouldn't be, I don't think it would be an issue initially.
I love this jump app, dude. It's so fun. The UI is really nice. I'm just talking like we're not on a live stream. It's just us,
It is. I mean, you've done a great job with it, man. So
it works really well. It's like very smooth, and even on this shitty Android, it's nice.
I can see that when we get the QR code thing showing up in Mimi, and then you can just scan that and get the app that you've just vibe coded over into Jump.
Think about that. Like, I think that because it's running on a Forge box, right? Like, we have the command. Each instance runs native PHP. Like, it has native PHP mobile installed, right?
Yeah.
So you have that bundle command. That's really kind of all we need. And then it just needs access. Each one needs access to R2, because we do want to distribute that from a bucket. Not, I guess we don't need to, though, actually.
I don't think we would need to in those environments.
We already have DNS.
Yeah.
The only thing that really provides, though, is the what's it called?
CDN?
CDN, the distribution. So the elasticity or whatever it is.
I could see wanting to do it through R2, because then you're not dependent upon that box being available, like the site on that Forge box staying up all of the time. So yeah, maybe that is the better answer to that anyway.
Yep. I think it's time to go, but I think next week we like do our intro in 5 minutes and we just like vibe code an app. Like, let's just vibe code an app.
Yeah, let's do it.
But we can get it wired up to the Jump and In fact, we can have Jump on test flight and internal testing tracks on the Play stores, and people could also scan the same QR code from home.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah. So we'll make announcements.
Vibe coded app.
If you're not in Discord, get in Discord. We'll make an announcement. People will be able to access the Play Store and the App Store test flight, so they can start playing with that a little bit. You can't really do much, but we'll announce it probably the night before or something like that. Go get the app, and then you can scan and play at the same time.
Dude,
it helps us test things too.
What a blinding start to 2026. I don't know if we can top this.
Dude, yes, we can. We didn't even know any of this was going to happen like a month ago. So yeah, it's John, we can be good friends. We can be good friends. That's it. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks for, you, first of all, thanks to you for coming and being here and showing all the stuff that you did, and yeah, batting away those crazy moms who just want to foist their children off on you. I mean, you need, I don't know what you're going to need, some sort of weapon to, like, I don't know, keep them at bay. Have you got like one of those foam things for the pool? Like the sticks that
I
just
should have
you can
stolen that
whack
one from
people.
Florida. They were using it.
Yeah.
I should have.
Like,
I'll just. I will use.
the
I'll use my
hammer?
Thor hammer.
Yes, that's great.
It came unglued.
Put stick. You saying it's broke? Do you need
It's
to,
not
like, put some
broken.
stuff
No,
back
it's
in?
just it just needs to be glued. That's all. I got glue. I
Oh yeah,
have to glue it.
don't
So I can't
mock
swing
throw
it,
that
right?
at someone.
Yeah. No. Gotcha. You sure did.
But what I was going to say was, like, just put like a thumbtack on the face of it. Just it's a nice little way to give somebody a little pinch.
Ben James 6005. Yes. So the time frame, this is great actually. The plugins themselves right now are not ready. They're not distributable, the ones that I've created. So creating a plugin is ready technically now. So we did announce earlier, we're going to be announcing V3. Hopefully in India it'll be ready. That's what we're striving for. And there's a V3 branch. If you have a Max license, you can pull in the V3 branch locally. And that's taken out a lot of the plugins, a lot of the local API, whatever, local API, the native APIs have been stripped out. And that will continue to get, everything will be stripped out of that. And that's what V3 will be. But there's you can start making plugins against that branch, and everything's beta there. Everything's prone to break. Everything could change at the last second. It's changed. Just today I've pushed stuff up to it. So actually, I literally just pushed commit 899976F. So yeah. But you can start building that. And here's the thing. I will put a link. I will give you guys a link right now. With a caveat here. Let me pull this up. GitHub.
While you're doing that, I was thinking, I forgot to mention earlier, one of the things that I've been working on as well, because you can't just do one thing at a time. You got to brush your teeth in the shower. So I've been doing the plugin directory, which is going to be on nativephp.com. And one of the big things that we're really hoping to be able to do,
the marketplace,
is exactly making a marketplace. So you'll be able to sell your plugins.
Yes.
And have, I mean, you can do that anyway, right? You could, if you know how to, like, protect a composer package so that you can sell it and license it out to people, then you could do that. But if you want to do it and have the nativephp.com listing as, like, the delivery mechanism, then we're going to provide ways for you to do that. And yeah, I really hope that more people will, like, jump on this early, build plugins before V3 gets launched. We can load up the marketplace with a bunch of plugins, free,
which means
and
I have
paid.
to start today, basically, because it's not much time until
So we need to get the docs out. We need to get the thing stable, etc.
So this is a great question. Best way to figure it out. So I'm going to post a link here to a GitHub repository. If you have Claude, I hope you have Claude. Get Claude. Go get Claude Code. And look at how to install a marketplace for plugins and how to install an actual plugin. It's very easy. There's 2 plugins, Claude Code plugins there. The one for native PHP, I haven't worked on in quite some time. Not that you can't use it. That one will be there for, like, just understanding how to build native PHP apps. But the other one is how to create plugins, and it's very good. I do a lot with it now, and you just do the slash whatever it is, native PHP
Yeah,
plugin,
create native PHP
create
plugin.
create native PHP plugin, and then you put your prompt in, and we'll just go to town. In addition to that, there's also on native PHP repository, which is open source. There's a V3 branch, I think it's V3 or V3 mobile, that has some updated docs. That's a little bit behind. It's probably a week or so behind. And that will be updated. That'll get updated this weekend probably, because I want to get that back up to where it should be. And that's got plugins. Plugins are listed inside of that as well, so you can pull that down. You can take, or you just take a look at the markdown files inside of resources, views, mobile 3, and then plugins. So that's where that stuff is. Yeah,
that's that one. And
you're not Fezzik. What the heck?
Wait.
So weird. We're both Fezzik. Yep.
And that one.
So Claude plugins in native PHP. So that's where that stuff is at currently. So yeah, you can start playing. You can start playing. We need people to start playing. Just so you know, don't touch. If you're going to make a plugin and you want to sell it on the marketplace, we want you to do this. There are some that we number one, we're going to moderate all those. We're going to like say yes and no to everything in there. We're going to reject people even if they've done all the work. Best to like ask us, I guess, if it's a good idea to do something. And the thing is, we don't want to build many of these things out, but there is a need, we feel, to make some of the ones that are going to be really more used. It should be directly from us. They're directly supported by the company then. And there's some that don't exist now. There's no functionality for it now. Anything that's in V2, that's a native API. Everything: geolocation, haptics, microphone, mobile, network, push notifications, scanner, secure storage, share, system, file. I'm just reading through a list that I've got right in front of me. Camera, browser, biometrics, dialogue. Those are all going to be plugins. Some will be free, some will be paid. And then there will be, like, if you already have a license, we'll hook people up and that kind of stuff if they're paid. But in addition to that, the wallet, the sensors, probably. That might be an easy. I mean, this is an easy one for anyone. In fact, that would be that'd be really cool to like show people how to build a plugin using sensors as a
yeah.
I can make a video, or we could live stream that sometime too. But wallet, and also I've been playing a lot with Revenue Cat. I think that should be for in-app purchases. Those two for sure. We're going to want to. There was another one too that I can't remember. I can remember if I think about it. I'm going to remember it right now. It's going to come to me. Yeah. The sensors is like accelerometer, barometric, all that stuff. I want to haptics. Like, I want a better haptics library. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Something with like
I was trying to think through all the different ones
patterns and so yeah, there will be some that will come directly from us. But if you have an idea for one, it's probably best to like run it by us before you spend any time building it.
I had an idea for one.
Tell me.
I was thinking about it the other day. Actually,
some
of some of the stuff that we need to think about if we haven't already. But obviously, when you're building plugins, you should try and build them for both platforms kind of at the same time, so that you've got a good consistent experience across
the Claude
both
plugin does that
types.
by default, just so you know.
Cool. So in theory, most plugins will be like that, but we should also be able to handle the case where a plugin really only targets one specific device or platform, because there are some features of iOS, for example, it's true of Android as well. So it features on each platform that are kind of exclusive features to the platform. One of them that I was looking at earlier today is the dynamic island on iOS, you know, where the notch is now and the kind of the expanding black bubble that's kind of a nice little animation. There isn't really an equivalent that's like consistent across all of the different Android OSs. I was thinking like, oh well, if I could make a plugin for that, and then it would just be an iOS only plugin,
You're talking about the
but
island thing?
yeah, dynamic island they call it.
Yeah, but that's really like it's a persistent notification in Android. It's just hidden behind the drop down, the pull down bar
That's
thing.
the thing. It's not the dynamic island is an ever present bit of UI that can have like you can use it inside your app to do stuff while the app is open. You can have it do stuff from other apps whilst your app is open as well. So it's like, yeah, it's just a cool bit of UI that's not really imitated very well across other things. But stuff like that, I think that one deserves a plugin, honestly, the dynamic island. And then the equivalent to what you're talking about is kind of the, I don't know what they call them, widgets or like bigger notifications or something. Like there's
They're
some,
persistent. Well, they're like live
yeah,
notifications.
yeah, that's
I
it.
think that's
Live.
what they
I
are.
think Apple call it something similar as well. Let me just have a look at my,
Something like that.
where the
Yeah,
heck
there's
is
a
that
lot.
one?
I mean, dude, this is the whole thing. We got to stop thinking about this. Let everybody else build it because
Yeah.
like that's the whole point. Like we could make so many of these. Like there's a
Mm,
ton that I want. The local LLM stuff is really fun. TensorFlow.
yeah.
I started looking at actual training models on TensorFlow and like with Python and doing that kind of stuff so you have your own model. What? You got an idea?
What if, yeah,
Tell.
hear me out. This is crazy.
Okay.
But
I
what
will.
if you had a local model that could change the PHP code of an app that's already installed on the phone? So you could have like a little tab in the app that says, you could open it and it starts like recording, speak to it like we've done with the vibe coding stuff and say, change my app to do this. And then it does it.
So you're saying so this is like part of Jump?
No, just like in the app, like in a distributed app.
Oh.
I
Wouldn't it
mean,
have to
Apple would never
restart?
allow.
Why not? Why wouldn't they? Like they do over the air, they allow over the air updates. You're changing whatever you want. That they allow certain parts of the app to be ephemeral, right? That you can be swapped
They
out.
do. I don't know. This would go to a whole other level.
That could be another. It could. Yeah, that's cool. And
Hmm.
then you can make an app that will do that to other apps. We need our own OS. Is what we need.
Oh my god, I can see where this is going. Like if this year goes well, next year we'll be building our own phone.
It's already going well, dude. It's the second.
That's true.
Yeah, that
It's
would be
going really
cool.
well.
That would be cool. A Laravel phone.
God. If it
Hmm.
ran PHP natively as the primary
Uh,
language.
Ubuntu had their own phone a while ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They had
It
their
was
own
terrible.
hardware. Well, maybe. What was terrible though?
No, it's a very specific set of skills to bring both the hardware and the software together.
You're right. It is. Yeah,
And
it's
there's
difficult.
really only a few. I mean, like you think about it, the ones that do it well, it's like Samsung and Apple, and that's about it. Huawei, if you're in China.
God bless you.
So
What were you
oh,
saying right
wait.
before? What were you saying right before that? I was saying the
The
LLM
the
on
malleable
device.
application.
No, before that. I was saying about the local LLM because there was another idea that I had for that.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Well, eventually it'll be. You saw that whole proof of concept I had for the queue driver.
Yeah.
That's background tasks and all that stuff. That's it'll. I am mostly looking forward to getting back into native PHP in 6 months. It's going to take that much time. Got a lot of work to do before then, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, this is lulling. We're lulling. Let's go. Let's wrap this up. Get your Boxers ready for next week. We're gonna do a
Get your
we're gonna
spare
do
pair
it.
ready.
Let's vibe code some shit next week.
Yeah.
Let's vibe code it and get it on the Jump app, and everybody can like test it
Yeah.
out in real time. We can
That
do it.
sounds wicked. I can't
It
wait.
sounds really awesome. That's good content too. Let's do it.
It's great. Have an awesome weekend, dude. Good job.
I will do my best. I'll do my best. Pray for me, guys.
Yeah. I'll text you if you need a hand. I'm sorry I can't get over there, but I'll be there, like emotional support.
I'll just grab the lightest kid and beat the other kids with the kid. Then
Yes.
what was that? Wayne's World, beat them to death with their own shoes, kind of thing. Was that what that or Austin Powers? I think it was Wayne's World, wasn't it?
I don't
Yeah,
think I ever watched Wayne's World. Is that
What?
bad?
Yes, dude. You can't. No more pizza till you watch it.
Okay. No. That feels
See?
like a movie that should be. It should be eaten with pizza. I was gonna say, but it should be watched.
If you're gonna watch it, you could eat pizza while you're watching it, but don't. Not until you gotta wait.
All right.
Go do it. It's not bad. I haven't watched it honestly in like 30 years, so I don't know what I'm even talking about. But
cool. Let's wrap it.
Peace. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait. One last little thing. No, it's the last little thing. Just a real quick from our sponsor, dude. We forgot to even mention them.
Oh, damn. Weren't we supposed to get them in like the first 20 minutes?
No, well, I know these guys.
The easygoing one. Oh,
yeah,
right.
I know these guys. So Bifrost isn't just a build automation. It's your entire mobile pipeline solved. Ship native PHP apps to iOS and Android with zero infrastructure, zero guesswork, and zero late night debugging. Bifrost cross-compiled builds, App Store releases, logs, GitHub authentication, and soon over-the-air updates, automated build workflows, and much, much more as we've kind of teased today. Focus on your product. Let Bifrost handle the chaos. Bifrost, the bridge between your code and your customers.
That was
there. You go. There you go. All right. Till next week. See you guys around. Peace.